Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Dead, and the key was provided by developer. This is a very simple game in terms of complexity. It's a bullet hell shooter, top down, with, as far as I understand, no customization, or if there is any, I can't get to it. So far I only have one special attack and just my bullets. I beaten one boss. There is totally 10 bosses in the game, and the whole game is about killing bosses. So I'm gonna show you the first 3 bosses, which I cannot beat. I only beaten one, and then we'll go back to menu to show you the options. There is very few of them. There's a possibility that I'm missing something in this game. It looks very small and simple, but maybe there is more to it. I don't know. I just cannot beat it. So starting with the first boss, I'm gonna show you the gameplay. So you can move around, shoot, or you can use a specific attack. Oh, maybe not now. Or you can use it like this on spacebar. And from what I understand, that's all you have. You have this bullets and special attack. And for unknown reason, there's always my crosshair is escaping the screen for some reason. So that's how it plays, and I'm gonna die in one hit right now. So the game is very hard. That's how it looks. Moving to next boss. This one is well, another boss, similar to the next one by the way, but he's behaving differently. He's going to heal if they touch him. I was trying to keep him away like this, but I see no way of really finding a method to kill him. There is something on shift but doesn't work. Some sort of maybe it's a dodge, but I don't know how to use it. Usually it ends like this. I slowly run out of HP and then die. So I can of course use the special attack. I can try to keep away from him, but he generally hits me for 1 bar of health, 4 hits and I'm dead. And generally he winds me down and I die. I have no idea why this crosshair is moving so far. Maybe it's because the screen is twitching sort of. Oh, and I already died. Probably the game is more for controller. I'm using mouse and keyboard, and that's the last boss. There's 2 of them, and I'm gonna die very quickly because he's gonna rush to me, and then I get overrun, or they will bounce at me, or shoot me or something. All I can do is just slowly move around and use this special attack that pushes them away, or try to pepper them with bullets. That's all I know. Maybe there is some other skills. So far from what I've seen, there are no upgrades completely. So the game looks very simple. It looks like it's only those 10 bosses and that's the whole game. It's hard to win, but that's all. That's all there is to the game. We're actually 3 minutes in the review, and that's all that I can show you. I think that's it. I don't know if there are other skills. I don't know if there's anything to unlock. I was unable to, and it doesn't look like it. The game works in window mode. I'm not sure how, but I think it even has it in options. Generally speaking, you can record it with no problems. It does have window mode. It does have sliders, so that's cool. And we're going to finish this one or die. Then we move to menu and I will sum up. Oh yeah, I died. Okay. So as you can see, that's the bosses. You have to probably kill one to unlock the next one. I am unable to, so I cannot show you other bosses or their names. From what I understand, there is 10 of them. Those are my stats, if anybody is interested. As you can see, there are harder modes and I cannot do it on easy, so the game is definitely very hard and challenging. Options, yeah, options maybe. So space is this ignite special attack. That's what I was showing you. Shift is I don't know what, because I don't have anything. It says something about alternative dodge. I don't know how you dodge. Maybe that's the shift, but it doesn't work, at least for now. Yeah, you can, I think, toggle fire, so it shoots always. Laser pointer, I didn't have one. Let's try it. Let's try toggle fire and laser pointer. Lock cursor to window. Yeah, let's try to do it. Maybe it's gonna help something. I'm not gonna go full screen. Remove particles. I don't know what it is. FPS I don't want to. HUD, no YouTube. Speedrun time, no. So let's try to do it like this, maybe it's easier. One more attempt. Yeah, laser pointer looks cool. Looks helping. Oh, now I'm shooting, so I can focus on keeping it on the enemy at all times. Yeah, it helps, I would say. It's definitely towards players who are good at those games, because I'm not, and to me easy mode is way too hard. If you're good at it, maybe you will get further. It also has challenges like no hits and even killing boss without moving. So that's definitely not for me. I don't know how am I supposed to, sequence those attacks. I tried to kill this first boss without moving, but I failed. So I don't know how you do it. Personally, I don't like those games too much. I could play them if they have a lot of upgrades, especially those top-down survival horde mode games, like Alien Shooter, for instance. But for that, you need perks, you need skills, you need weapons, you need some sort of upgrades to make it more interesting. This game isn't interesting for me. It's definitely challenging because it's really hard, but again, 10 bosses, that's it. There's no trash mobs, there's just the 10 bosses to kill. As you can see, you can kill one guy, but it doesn't progress you anywhere. It just unlocks another boss and you get no upgrades, you get no level, you get nothing. I don't know even how you finish, or you have to move here. Okay, see, so I did this once, it didn't do anything. I'm not getting any more HP, nothing. So it's a challenge with one difficulty. Also, it's just bosses. So for me, this is a very small game with very small amount of content. The content is based on making those fights even harder. So this is for a very small group of people. You need to like bullet hell games. You need to like top-down shooter survivals with horde mode, because this is very similar to those games, but it has no upgrades and it has no campaign, no levels, no perks, no unlocks, nothing. All it has is the boss fights. So it's pretty much like that game Cupcake, but as far as I know, you have to move to the boss there, and then it's focused on bosses, and it has some sort of builds, at least to some extent. This is just boss fights. So boss fights taken away from bullet hell or top-down shooter game as a full game. I don't understand it. Why? To me, it's pointless, because it's just a part of a bigger whole of a full game, which, by the way, wouldn't be the best game ever. I mean, I play those alien shooter games and other games like that, but I wouldn't pay much for them, even if they were full games with campaign and everything. I could buy them on sale and play a bit. I'm not saying I don't like them. I could play them, but if there is so little content and it's just designed to annoy you and just designed to put you against very hard enemy, one enemy basically, just the boss, plus some obstacles to make it even harder. So it's just like a challenge. It's not really a game. I would say it's a challenge. You can say, oh, you're awesome at those games. You can kill every boss, without moving, without taking damage, and so on. So if you're such elitist, you could do it for bragging rights. But as a game with content, this would have very low value. So I'm gonna give it 3 points. 1 point because it works properly. It doesn't crash by no means. And other point because it caters to the needs of those elitist fans of bullet hell, speedruns, boss fights, that kind of thing. But as a specimen of a genre, as a top-down shooter or as a bullet hell game, it has very small amount of content. So 3 points out of 10. That was game Dead, and I will see you guys in the next review.